Welcome to It's All Fine and Dangy, where we talk about community, health, culture, and all of the big and little things that make life good. Here are your hosts, Dan and Angie.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 3. We hope that you are enjoying our show as much as we are enjoying providing it for you. And we look forward to bringing you so many more episodes.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it's still April, so our focus is still on the people, charities, and other organizations that are helping others in our community.
That's right. And there are so many people giving back that we obviously wish that we could support all of them. But, you know, the best we can do at this point is get involved with as many of them as we can personally, right, and to get the word out about the ones that we're getting involved in, as well as the ones that we can't necessarily, go and get hands-on with.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Apopka for a few minutes, because Apopka is my hometown, as we talked about in one of the previous episodes. And we recently went to the Health and Fitness Fair.
You got it.
No, I keep saying health and wellness. It was a health and fitness fair in Apopka. It was very cool. We met with some very interesting people, went through the booths, a lot of information there. It was very, very informative. And we are preparing to go to the Apopka Art and Foliage Festival. And Angie and I both have a hard time with that word.
Foliage.
Not foliage, and it's
We're going to go see aluminum foil.
And it's not, how did I used to say it? Foliage. It's not foliage either. It's foliage.
Well, that's like philanthropy, okay? Look, it just doesn't roll off the tongue.
It really doesn't.
Okay.
But anyway, we've got some great episodes coming up with Apopka events, with Apopka business owners and such. And I can't say too much about this yet, but we may have a collaboration type project coming up with Apopka businesses. This is something really cool and family friendly. I've never seen anything like this before. I must admit, it's not my idea, but I am super excited and honored to be part of it. And we'll talk about that more later. So I hate to be so secretive, but
I know. I can't wait when that comes out.
I can't either.
So exciting.
Me too. So I'm going to launch right in to this and that. And we're going to talk about what's going on and what we've been up to. For me, I must admit that there's been a lot of time consumed with planning the podcast and events and such. Angie's been heavily involved in that, more involved than me. I mean, just taking the wheel and getting things mapped out as far as guests. And thank you so much for that, Angie. But I have been obsessing over the software, and I'm sort of OCD about trying to get the sound right. And so there's some monotony with that I've been working on.
A little bit.
That's
but
definitely...
it sounds great.
Thank you.
I hope everybody thinks it sounds great.
I do too. But so I'm sort of getting a handle on how to sort of get the workflow sort of streamlined for that. And we got to talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh. Finally.
It is finally back. And It was really good.
It was really good. A lot happened. Spoilers? Is this going to be a spoiler? Listen.
No, let's not spoiler. Let's do non-spoiler, because some people have to catch up. But I will say, I feel like there's a little part of me that feels like it's rushed a little.
It was a little rushed.
A lot of things happening.
But we did find out why.
Because there's only 6 episodes this season.
That's
There's
right.
only 5 left now.
That's right.
And I did find out the first 3 are roughly an hour, and then the last 3 are roughly an hour and 20 minutes or so.
So it's like going to a movie at the movie theater.
It is. So I guess because it's dragged along for so long, and
it's going to be exciting, though.
It's really exciting, but
I have my bottle of wine ready for the last one.
Yes, you do. So
and my goblet.
That's right. So anyway, it was great to kind of watch it come back on the air again. We're super excited about Sunday. It's the first time we've been like crazy excited for a show in a long time, so that's always fun.
Oh, I know what else we did.
What?
We went to the in Eustis. We went to the amazing race for charity that they do out there, and that is a cool race.
It really is.
So we didn't race it, but next year we're going to race it. So what they do is it's like, I think they say like 5 or 6 mile run that you can do, but they have like 20 plus stations that you stop at. And you can either pay to get out of the activity that they have you going to do.
Yep.
So it can be like an exercise or something silly that they have you do. You can either do the event that they have, the challenge that they have for you, or you can donate to a good cause.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really cool event. It looks really fun.
I think so too. I can't wait to do it next year.
We're doing it.
I think we went out to kind of check it out and see what it is, and I'm definitely down for doing it. It was really...
we met some cool people out there.
Yes, we did. Brian and Kelly.
That's right. So
Hopefully
you never
they're
know
listening.
who you're going to meet.
Yeah, it's true.
And where they're at. Just talk to everybody.
We meet cool people everywhere.
That's right. That's right. And the day that we launched this episode, I'm going to be doing my first 5K.
That's right.
The IOA Corporate 5K.
That's right.
Super excited for that.
Yes.
And I think I posted something on our social media. Come down, check it out, feel the energy, bring some food for Second Harvest Food Bank, bring donations for all the great causes that they have going on down there. So
that's right. And with this, so we'll be airing this on the Thursday morning that the event is that Thursday night. So there's still time if you're hearing this early in the day.
I can come pick stuff up. If you have donations that you want me to come pick up, I can definitely do that.
That's right. And you still have time to actually partake. They have last minute signups, and we I spoke to Natalie and Christina last week, and they told us that it's not uncommon for people to show up at the last minute. So we will be out there, and if you go out there, look for us. We'll be looking for people that are looking for us.
That's right. And they already have over 17,000 signups already. So, hey, let's get that back up to 18,000 plus.
That's right.
Come down last minute.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we're going to take a very quick break here, but we have an amazing guest. So please stay tuned to find out who's joining us in our upcoming community call out.
Hey guys, we want to encourage you to check out our friends at King Grove Organic Farm. It's blueberry season, and now through May, you can stop by the farm and pick your very own fresh blueberries. You can find out more information from www.kinggrove.com, and make sure to listen to the end so that you can see how you can win your free pound of blueberries.
All right. Hey, guys, and welcome back. It's time for our community call out. And remember, this month, we're still talking about philanthropy. I said it right that time. I think I finally got it down. What that comes down to is just helping others in need, helping your community. And we have someone on today that has a passion for those in need and is taking real action in the community to make positive change. She founded an organization called Bags of Hope, Central Florida, which provides food and essentials to people in need, impoverished children, and others in need as well. So join us in welcoming Rhonda Santolin with Bags of Hope, Central Florida.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Hello, Rhonda.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming on.
We're excited to have you. So we'll get into some questions. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect.
All right. So before we get into what Bags of Hope Central Florida is all about, tell us a little bit about you. What about Rhonda?
Who am I?
Have you figured that out yet?
I'm still finding myself. I'm a mom of 4 children. I'm also an esthetician.
Well,
very nice.
A hotel management background. Pretty common, normal, boring person.
Well, boring, really,
Nah.
please. So what do you do for fun?
I like gardening.
I knew you were going to say
I like
that.
being
I knew.
outdoors.
You can tell you have a gorgeous yard.
Thank you.
We're jelly.
When was Bags of Hope born?
Initially, it started in 2009. We were supposed to do a one-time, Easter-y kind of project.
Right.
But once you go out and you see the needs in the community, it's hard to turn your back on them.
Yeah. Makes you want
indeed.
to do a little more. So 2009. So
What?
can I add?
10 years ago.
Yeah.
11 years? 10
Wow.
years, 10 years. It's 2019. Okay.
Yeah.
Get it together, Angie.
So I was initially going to ask, once it started, what sort of made you decide to start dedicating your time to it? But it sounds like that just the first time you helped, that's really what made you decide that.
Yeah. I actually was very ignorant to the needs of the community. Someone had mentioned that there was homeless people in our community. And I was like, yeah, okay, the people that you see on the sidewalk.
Right.
I never, as
Yeah.
we normal citizens, we don't usually see a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize the numbers. At that time, there were about 11,000 homeless people living in Central Florida.
Wow.
That's the documented ones.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's where we started, in the woods of Central Florida with the homeless. We were there about 2 years. And then my passion is for children.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe in planting seeds for greatness in the children.
Yes.
Because I really feel they have no control over anything else.
Of course.
Right.
But maybe their education or their focus to believe in hopeful things for their future.
Yeah. I love how that's the focus of this too, that hope is the requirement for this to work, because I believe that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So you run the nonprofit organization.
Yes, I'm a co-founder with my husband, Mark.
It's a lot of work, right? A lot of work.
A lot of great work.
Yeah. How do you keep balanced between Bags of Hope and personal life and kids and your job? How do you keep all that balanced?
I don't always keep it balanced, but I've learned to accept the help of our volunteer team. We have a huge team of over 100 volunteers.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you said like 120, right?
Yeah, it's about 120 now.
That's a good
active
number.
volunteers.
Yes.
But I've recently just decided, let me just ask them if I need to load a truck. Let me just ask them if we need to make bags. I usually kind of just took it all on my own.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're so happy to do it. So
That's good.
I'm learning to balance more.
Yeah.
And to delegate a little bit. So maybe
Yes.
you're like, okay, I need help in this section, right?
Yep.
And then they're willing to come and help you.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's been great.
And so your husband, Mark, helps as well.
Oh, yeah.
Do you delegate him too? Or
He's good at the moving parts.
that was supposed
I'm
to be
good
a
at
funny
the picture.
question, you know?
The overall big picture. Kind of
I draw the picture and he makes it happen.
Oh, that's
thing.
awesome.
Very nice.
That is awesome. So when it comes to others who volunteer or donate, do you find that there's one area where you need more help in? So you have a lot of volunteers, but do you need more donations? Do you need more food? Like, what do you find is an
Toiletry,
area? Yeah. What's an area that you find you're in more need of?
Right now, I would say food and toiletries are a huge concern, or corporate sponsors.
Corporate
So we can
sponsors.
buy all those things tax exempt and in bulk.
Yeah. And what you need, because you kind of know what the needs
Exactly.
are a little more.
And sometimes we will meet a certain child that needs a certain thing. So
Very specific to the child.
yeah, like underwear. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
I mean, a toothbrush. Or,
Yeah. So do you take, like, what type of donations do you take? Like clothing, anything? I mean, tell me what it is that you
what
really
we need most is the food,
Okay.
non-perishable food items, and toiletries, full-size toiletries.
Full size.
So not like travel
No.
travel bags. Yeah.
you need
these
like Costco toilet paper.
Yes.
Like a huge thing of
that would
toilet
be
paper.
that would be a blessing.
Okay. Okay. So that's awesome. And you have a spot to store all these
Yes.
items? That's
Yes.
wonderful. Okay. So
Yes.
if somebody today was listening and they wanted to load up a truck and just bring it right to you, you'd have a spot for it.
Absolutely, and we get it out
Or
immediately.
you'd make a spot for it, wouldn't you?
we're very prideful in giving it out as soon as we get it.
Right.
Good.
Why should it sit here?
Of course. Yeah.
There's
Love it.
hungry kids everywhere. So
Right.
if I get kids clothing today, I'll go tomorrow and I'll
Okay.
give them out.
Do you find there's something that you get a lot of when it comes to donations?
Canned vegetables.
Canned vegetables.
Yeah.
So a lot of
And
canned vegetables.
actually, we incorporated in our program a farmer's market. So we definitely need fresh vegetables
I love that.
before our programs,
Sure.
which is we have a main program once a month, and then we have a weekly bus stop program.
Okay.
So
Tell us
fresh-
a little more about the bus stop program.
Well, basically, we go to a certain area where the buses drop off the children at a substandard living area.
Okay.
Right.
And the children are getting off the bus on a Friday, which normally would be great for most kids.
Yes.
But to these children, Friday is a sad day.
The struggle starts then worse.
No free breakfast, no
Yeah.
free lunch, hunger potential,
Yes.
and instability. What are we going to do? We can't go out and play. This is not an area we can play.
Yeah.
Just even though they have loving families, even working parents,
Right.
there's a lack
Yes.
of stability. Poverty gives a lack of stability.
So they get a bag to take home that's full of groceries that can help the whole family?
yes, we at the minimal, we give a snack pack and fresh fruit and a juice box and water, and we ask them how their week was at school.
Okay, so give them a
And
little positive.
They run to us now.
Oh, this is amazing.
Wow.
They get off the bus and they run. Oh, you guys are here.
Oh, that's so
Oh, that is
exciting.
great.
And
So-
that kind
so-
of just makes your day. I
Yeah.
think.
So I have a question though, just generally about the, like throughout the year, we've talked to some organizations and they talk about how like around Christmas, you get a lot more donations. Do you find that, when you're on the opposite end of the year, that's when you're most needing them? Is it similar for you?
Yeah, there's a charity season.
That's
The giving,
It's
the
unfortunate.
season of giving.
It starts in November, it ends in December, and then January you're starving through October.
Wow.
So most charities are all digging in on those 2 months, where I'd rather have consistent donations
Of course.
throughout the year. And I don't want to compete with other charities because I'm not competitive.
Yes, of course.
Everybody deserves some and everybody can give some.
Yeah. Well, that was sort of the reason for my question is just that if you could ask people to step up and maybe donate more than they normally would. And I'm in my own personal life, I've been guilty of doing the whole, let's donate. It's Christmas time.
Yeah, you're thinking about giving. It's natural.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if there was a specific other time that you would suggest or ask for people to maybe stop and consider being that generous at another time of year, when would it be?
I would consider going on our website and doing a monthly donation, whatever you can afford. So it breaks down throughout the year. Then I know budget-wise how many children I can feed.
Oh, that's great. Great point.
And how much is it that feeds one child for a month?
Right now we have it at $40 a month to sponsor a child.
And that's nothing.
Priceless.
That's really
Right.
nothing to most
That's
people.
what people spend on one dinner out.
Yeah, even more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that everybody can really think about. How
Right.
how could you budget this in?
Right.
Just budget it as extra groceries or something.
Skip the Starbucks.
Right.
That's right. Those $5 coffees. Let's have 4 less of, would that be how many less a month? 8 less a month.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you can sponsor a child. That would be
Exactly.
awesome. I think people could do that. I
And-
definitely
and-
think so.
And our program is much more than just food, though, because we're mentoring the children, and I think the food is just the icing on the cake for them. I think they just want to see us.
Right.
They want to have something to look forward to. They want to feel hopeful.
Yes.
Our events are like a carnival. Our monthly
that's
events. We serve them a hot meal.
Well, so can you dig into that a bit? Because I think the concept of the food and people tend to think about donating food or maybe even donating clothes and stop with that. But when you say the mentoring, can you dig in a little bit about what that is?
Well, at our program, we have we make it like a carnival, as I said. My hotel background, all the tables are skirted. Everything's like high end.
Right.
We serve them in the dining area. They come to the buffet and they pick whatever food they want to eat.
Oh, so you're inside like the
Outside, everything's
Oh,
outside.
and it's outside under
17-foot
10?
U-Haul full of stuff to
Wow.
set up and
Yeah.
for them to enjoy. We have an inspiration center that the kids can do some crafts at, or some adults can get some resources in the community, or young adults can get counseling on to how they can get into certain colleges
Wow.
or join the military,
love it.
career counseling. We have an If You Need It store, and our volunteers are like Nordstrom style representatives. We wait on the guests. That's where all your donated food, clothing and household items are, and they can pick what they need.
Wow.
And we help them pick things they need.
You make
'Cause
them feel
sometimes
special. Like,
yeah, so it's not so
let
humbling.
me wait on you.
Yes, like
Love
one of
it.
my volunteers will go, this shirt would look so cute on you. And to break that ice, instead of her needing the shirt, we're suggesting they would look great on her.
Yeah. Or this color's great on you.
Yes.
Or, something positive that they're giving to them.
Exactly.
So
make
it
them
feels
feel
like
good.
a normal experience too,
Yeah.
I would think.
Well, we feel like a community when we're there.
Right.
And we start all holding hands, and I talk about how we need to help each other out, and we need to introduce ourselves to our neighbors, because like in many neighborhoods, we don't know who our neighbors are anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You might wave to them when they're
Yeah.
outside, but we don't get close to
Yeah.
our neighbors anymore. We're kind of suspicious of everybody, I think, as
It's sad.
a people.
You got to
Yeah.
reach out.
Yeah. And we need to be, this is what we need to be doing. Really.
That's driven by the sensationalism of our culture right now, sadly.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And part of poverty is being kind of isolated.
Yeah.
From other people.
So if they can join together with us, we're together.
Right.
We're not, this group and they're here for us. No, I've told them we're family.
Yeah.
Because that's generally how I feel about them.
Yeah. You're not just like we talked a little earlier, not just showing up to take a picture to say that you were there.
No, actually, you don't even tell anybody where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's important that you tell people, I think, because we're doing this because we want to be able to tell other people like us who really wanted to get involved in the community.
Right.
I mean, I know if you really want to, you can find some way to get involved. But I think it's important to really know that who you're getting involved with is making a real impact. Because there's a lot of things, and we're going to talk about that a little later.
Yep.
You do have to be careful, I think, when you're donating and stuff, because you don't just want to throw some money out there or some stuff out there and it's not going to the right place.
Right.
That's why I like to invite people. If they want to be my guest, they can come and shadow me during the event so they can see what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
We have a limit, obviously, of how many visitors we can have at one event. But if they're interested, come shadow me.
So what's your limit as far as how many people can come out and...
Guests? Three.
Okay. But volunteers is...
We have about 40 to 50 at every event.
Okay.
And the attendees are about 155.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's huge.
That's great. So we're coming out to an event on April 28th. It'll be our first one that we've done. So we're excited to kind of see what you are doing in the community.
I think you'd be good in the farmer's market. What do you think?
I love the farmers. That's what I volunteered to bring because
she'll be.
It's educational for many because they don't know what half the things are.
And being a health coach, I know how important it is that they're lacking those things.
And they're so expensive.
Yes. So to be able to get some fresh fruits and veggies and let them know the importance here, this will make your brain better, just fun stuff like that. I think
sometimes you have to kind of save their pride and just pack several different things up because they don't want to ask.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, that's good to know.
And I'll coach you on that when you're there.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of we don't ask, we just give.
Right.
Just give them some
It's very
stuff.
humbling to have to say,
of course,
I need fresh fruit and vegetables, even though I work 40 hours a week.
Yeah, of course it is.
Or if they've never had a certain fruit or vegetable.
Yeah.
And they don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
You can, encourage them. Oh, this is my favorite kind. You got to try this one.
You can tell them how to make it.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun for me.
So really quick, I'm going to jump off, what we have outlined and which we've been doing here. But I think what I detect is there's sort of a fine line or a balance between making sure that people are aware to help and donate however they can and sort of broadcasting what you're doing to the point of seeming like you're doing it just for the attention. And you'd said that you guys don't even say, you don't even, say where you are, what you're doing or whatever. So one of the goals I have from this is to sort of try to help, besides us just coming and being involved, but is also to try to help drive up donations and drive up people that are interested in helping. So do you find that to be a challenge with?
Yes, it is. Especially when it's like we're a 2-person team here. We don't have a staff. We're all volunteers. Right. You would need a fundraising person. And I've been working so closely with the families lately that I've been losing my focus on working for fundraising.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're seeing their needs and you're
there's several
very
families
empathetic.
I'm working very close with to try to change their lives.
Right.
And what kind of, tell us what those families maybe are struggling with. I mean, you don't have to get too personal about who it is or whatever, but helping them find jobs, helping them
relocate.
Okay. So
I have a disabled person that's on a very fixed income that has a very credit score wise, not so great because of medical debt.
Sure.
And right now we're focused on relocating her to a healthier environment that she can help with her health issues she has.
Yeah. Because where she's living is adding to those even more. And it's just going to keep her.
It's a snowball effect. That's where someone to actually help you is huge in a situation like that.
So resources like maybe some place that could offer discounted rates on living.
It's hard to find in Central Florida.
It's hard to find. Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's thinking big, like, that would be an amazing thing if somebody could do that.
You need to earn $21 to $22 an hour with a full-time job to be able to afford housing in Central Florida.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what is our minimum wage?
Less than that.
even
25.
even if
Yeah.
2 people are working.
Yeah. That's some staggering numbers I've never even thought. I mean,
That's
I know
the
it's
reality.
expensive, but I haven't broken it down per hour
Especially
like that.
lately.
Yeah,
Because the
it's
rental
rising.
market boomed.
Right.
Yeah, just rising. Apartments. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
hard.
We thought about it from the perspective of young people just getting started, but not from the perspective of,
Struggling
families that
families.
are struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff is eye-opening for when you're just starting to want to get in. We've been wanting to get involved for a long time.
Yeah.
But we keep saying it. When are you going to do it?
Right.
So this was kind of our way of holding ourselves accountable
Well, be careful,
to the
though.
community.
Be careful, guys. Once
Yeah.
you come, you're not going to want to not come back.
We don't want to.
I'm good with that.
Well,
though.
we're
Yeah.
doers. We're not.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
dreamers and doers.
Yeah.
I call our team the Dream Team
Oh, it's
That's
appropriate.
because we just take action.
Yeah.
That's good.
No promises,
Yeah.
but we take action. It's all about making that day great for them.
Right.
Might be the last time we see them.
Right.
But they're going to have a positive memory. at
Hopeful
least.
moment.
Hopeful.
Lift them up.
Yeah. And you have hope capitalized a couple times on
Oh,
your
yeah.
website. So that
Oh, yeah.
is kind of your theme.
It is.
It's your theme.
That's why we get up every day.
That's great.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I was going to sort of go into that as we were closing, but I feel like that, not to sound all metaphysical and mushy or whatever, but I feel like,
Oh,
Go
I
there,
love when
go
you're
there,
mushy.
go there.
well, no, I was just going to say, I honestly believe that that's sort of a fundamental aspect of getting out of a bad situation. There's the physical stuff that we know everybody needs help that we're discussing and talking about what we can do. But the hope part, if you just lost all hope, in my mind, it's very hard to receive help.
Yeah. Your hope and your focus. When you're living in poverty, it's hard to focus.
Sure.
So
Because
just
you're
trying to
living
live.
in a
Yeah.
emergency zone.
Right.
Yeah. Every day is just trying to survive.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's nothing else to think about
Yeah.
except for
And then your
survival.
children sometimes transcribe that as, oh, this is how life is.
Yeah.
Their dreams aren't big. We've met little kids that they don't dream big.
Right. So it makes it even harder for them. I mean, you hear stories about people that have come from poverty and become huge, but none of them without having the sort of the mental path of having hope and holding on to hope and believing they can be something bigger. So that's what I mean by the snowball effect, is that it's almost like once you're in that situation, it's harder than just the physical environment you're in.
Right. Do you want me to get personal?
Sure.
Sure.
About 14 years ago, I broke my neck.
Right.
And a woman came to visit me. They were bringing meals. I had 2 newborns at the time. Maybe it was more than 14 years. I don't want to age myself. But anyway. And she told me I was feeling pretty down at that time,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Yeah.
Big aspen collar, 2 babies, and my husband's job at the time with his company was sold, and the insurance was going down. But her words, it wasn't the food, it wasn't anything, it was her words that lifted me up. And she told me, wow, you survived that accident. God has big plans for you.
That's cool.
And I was at my wit's end that day.
Yeah.
But she gave me hope.
Gotcha.
And that sustained me for the next year of healing and kept me driven to make sure everybody feels that hope.
Wow.
Hope is powerful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hope can change things. Dream, believe, achieve.
I like that.
It has to all go together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too.
So that is, she positively, through her volunteer, because she was just a volunteer, right?
She still volunteers for us.
She
was.
volunteers for
I
you?
didn't even know her. She was a stranger
Oh my gosh.
from an organization at a church. She just came by.
So
Wow.
she found you in the hospital and she was volunteering her time.
No, her church sent. It was a women's group.
Okay.
They started bringing
Yeah.
meals to me and my family.
Very cool. And then, so how did she start volunteering with Bags of Hope?
As
Did
soon
she
as
just
I-
found you?
As soon as I
Like-
started it, we became friends immediately. She was like
okay.
family.
So you stayed in contact with
we
her.
did.
Okay.
And
Cool.
she inspires me. Anytime I'm feeling like, oh, I call her.
She gives you that hope again,
Barb
right?
Dini.
Hello, Barb.
Oh, you called her out by name.
Yeah, I sure
Yes.
did. I'm calling her out. She's my angel. She
Wow.
volunteers with us. She's
That's
amazing.
awesome. Wow.
She was out in the woods with me.
Oh, when you first started
yeah.
getting out. Now, have you built up that trust again in that community? Because you
community we're serving now, after 2 years of being there, we finally broke the ice. We're there.
And it takes a long time.
And I get it. Don't we all have trust
Yeah.
issues?
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Is that what it is? Just the distrust?
Well, yeah, they get into the system. And sometimes the system is very difficult, and therefore they don't rely on things. They just are used to being disappointed.
I was going to say probably a lot of broken promises.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody says they're going to do something.
We've come in the rain, pouring rain.
And you're still there.
Of course.
Yes. Unless there's a hurricane, they know we're coming because we've been consistent every time we say we're coming.
Right.
So you do an event once a month.
One big event.
Once a month.
Right.
You're at the bus stops every Friday.
Every single Friday.
You used to do the school pantry, but we're just doing
We decided to focus on going right to the need.
I love it.
Because the school programs were restricted with time.
Sure.
I mean, we need time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're seeing the kids at school and they got to get back to class and you want time to interact with them a little more.
Direct access seems, yeah.
And we're at the heart. We can meet the family. We can see the entire situation when we're at where they are.
Yes.
Right. And see if there's needs that maybe you wouldn't have thought about had you had a chance to see them.
Yeah. And plus kids don't always know how to tell you what their needs are.
They don't.
Because that's normal to them, what they're kind of going through. So they don't really know how to tell you what they actually need.
Most of the people won't ask.
They won't ask. So you
have to see it.
Yeah. And you just have to just give, like you said, here you go.
No judging.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No judging. Yeah. That's important. So any other big events that you do throughout the year besides the one a month? Is there things you do around the holidays? Is there...
Well, our holiday events will be big.
Yeah.
We serve a homemade Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, that's awesome.
And actually many people have come and said they haven't had a dinner with people that felt like family in years. And they can't believe we make the food.
Wow.
They think it's just like bought from the store, heated up.
Oh, I thought this was catered because remember, I have that hotel background.
Oh, yes.
So it's all chafing dishes. It looks like a catered event.
Wow.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
And the people that run our cafe, I call it the cafe. It
Yeah.
has a menu board and everything. But you'll see.
Oh, I'm excited.
But they love it. And they're waited on. There's a dining staff that go and say, do you want some more of anything? And no, you sit down. I'll go get it.
Oh, this is great.
That's great.
How often do they get that?
Yeah.
Right.
Some never have.
Yeah. And then our Christmas event, it's huge. For the kids, sometimes that is their Christmas holiday event.
Yes.
Santa actually came last year on a fire truck.
Oh,
it was
I saw
a surprise
those pictures
to me too.
Oh,
I thought there was a fire, but my amazing husband Mark made those arrangements with Santa himself,
and had a little surprise for everybody.
Yeah, it sure was.
Oh, that is awesome.
That is awesome.
I know. I saw those pictures. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we handed out blankets, some new pajamas, and a little gift from Santa for each child. Not toys. A little gift card so they can go get what they want.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that idea. Yeah.
I do too.
You don't want to be pressured to figure out who wants what when you don't even know who's coming.
Right.
No. How many people do you normally have at that event?
Close to 200, I would say.
A lot of people at that one.
Yeah.
And the Thanksgiving one too?
Yes. 150 to 200.
I'm ready for that one.
Yeah, me too.
I'm ready to do some home cooking, some healthy cooking too for them.
When we lack the most help is during the summer. So remember that.
I think that's been a theme.
It's hot.
Yeah, summertime.
And we're outside.
And people go on vacation, and that's where their thoughts are. Kids are out of school.
That's where the kids need the most help because they don't have school.
Yeah. So they have the whole week where they still need to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're still going. What are you doing in the summertime?
We'll still have our monthly event.
Okay.
We're having a little challenge with figuring out how we can do something weekly because it's not an environment where the kids are allowed to go outside.
Yeah.
And the parents are working, so they stay inside
indoors.
or at a daycare or with a babysitter, etc. So we're still trying to tweak that area out. We will come up with something. We were thinking about a picnic out in the grassy area and making sure all the parents knew.
that the kids are
Yeah.
coming out.
Maybe go by pairs and pick them up. I will have to figure it out. We'll have to dream it up and do it.
Yeah. I was going to say, is there any type of like little delivery service you could do to the rooms that families are in need?
I could. I have a few residents actually now that volunteer with us, so I can find out which family. Yes, can you believe that?
That's pretty amazing.
And not even just the volunteering. Some of the residents just help us break the whole thing down.
Wow.
And load it all in the truck.
Well, that
just
shows
feel
their
compelled.
appreciation and their, it's that contagious spirit.
It is.
Right.
You know, once you do it, how many people are watching and who's going to take that and do something with it? And then how many people are going to watch them? And is that going to just continue and continue and continue?
Yeah.
You know, could you imagine that just multiplying and multiplying?
I've
That's
even
what we
had
need.
families say, there's only one bag left. She needs it more than I do, so
Oh, that's
I'm going to give that
amazing.
bag.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. Well, we're really looking forward to joining you and participating in it. I have to be honest though. Yeah, I've never, I've donated my time here and there, but I've never been so directly involved with people in need. So I imagine it's a pretty emotional event.
Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely not.
No, there's no crying. It's full of joy.
Yeah.
but
you
emotional.
Might feel like oh yeah,
Yeah.
You
That's
come
right.
home and you're drained.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, no, I meant in a positive
in a good way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Emotionally drained, and
Because you give all you have
yeah,
Right.
that's
while you're
exciting.
there.
Wow. Well, we're very excited to be part of it. And we'll also put information on the site related to this episode of where people can find out more information and how
Yes.
they
So
can
where
help.
can they find more information?
On our website,
Yes. What's that?
www.bohcfl.com.
bohcfl.com.
Or they
Awesome.
can visit us on Facebook too, www.facebook.com/bohcfl.
Awesome.
Great. And all the events are posted there too, so you
Yes.
can see what's coming up, and
Exactly.
you can head out to help
Sounds great.
or donate
yes.
or come to a
We
plant
need corporate
sale.
sponsors.
Yeah.
Just get involved however
Sounds
you
great.
can.
Yeah.
Right.
And be kind.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us about this. And I feel more educated, and I'm even more excited now to go do it.
So what's the one thing I want to know? What's the little station you guys are doing for the kids to kind of interact? Because you said you do like a craft table or something.
We have an inspiration station.
Okay.
And there's a craft going on in there. And there's books for the kids to take home to read. And then there's a career center with some mentors there. And then there's people that just are there to talk to anybody that needs to talk.
Cool. And are books something you can donate to? Is that a good donation?
Actually, books for children to adults, because there's a lot of elderly people that
That
like
wanna read.
Sure.
Or more mature people that like to read.
Oh, yes. Mature.
Mature.
Because that's how we want to be called.
Right. I was just thinking that sounds like me wanting to read.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that would be a great gift.
Yeah, it's a great escape.
I say gift because it's a gift. We're giving a gift.
It's therapeutic.
Yes. All right. Rhonda.
All right.
Bags of Hope, Central Florida.
Thank you so much for having me,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you
You're
for coming
welcome.
on.
We'll see you in a few weeks.
Sounds great.
All
Looking
right.
forward to it.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back in just a few minutes. So hang tight.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're so happy that you were able to join us for Rhonda's interview.
That's right.
And she wasn't able to stay, so we're going to go right into our information station. But we thank her so much for coming on, and
Indeed.
we look forward to helping out at the April 28th event.
Can't wait.
So sticking to our theme of the month, I wanted to talk about how helping is contagious. Like, it has actually been proven that it's contagious. And what do I mean by that? So there was a study done at Harvard that showed that selfless acts can actually influence others.
Well, not surprising.
Yeah, not surprising, right? But this was really cool. Just one person on average can influence by 3 degrees. So that one person doing an act of volunteering or donating some money or whatever it is, whatever selfless act that they're doing, that giving spirit that they're having.
Right.
One person influences 3. That's what this study brought out.
Sure.
So I was trying to think of how that number can grow and grow and grow and grow.
Right.
So let's say you have 10 people.
Yep.
Each of them, 10 people, is going to influence 3 people.
Three people.
So 10 times 3 is 30.
Right.
Right? Now, those 30 people, multiply that by 3, then that's 90 people that are giving or sharing or volunteering because they were influenced by those people that they saw. And then multiply that 90 by another 3, and that's 270 people. And we go on, and that's 810 people. And then we multiply that, and it's 2,430 people. So see how this can just grow and really just become contagious, right? So I was thinking to think of how that number got bigger and bigger and bigger every time that you give of yourself, whether it's financially or just of your time. Just think of how you may affect others, the effect that you may have, just even in, a small area. And that we definitely need more kind of this contagion in the world instead of the stuff that's going on. Right?
Well, that's a good point. That's really only 5 iterations of it and that puts it in perspective. For me, I'm not like a math whiz, but the only 5 iterations of it bring you from 10 to 2,430. So when you think about it that way, I almost think of it like 5 different instances or events that happen can multiply that fast. And all science aside, it absolutely makes sense to me, because when you see people doing that stuff, doesn't it make you want to, especially if it's somebody you know?
Oh, yeah.
If it's a friend of yours. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, you think of, we've talked about how technology is so easy to give, right? But when you see something on Facebook of somebody that you directly know, right, or a friend directly knows them, and they're reaching out to the Facebook community,
right,
to maybe give to a cause for what somebody's suffering or, going through.
Sure.
Maybe they lost their home to a fire. It does. When you see your friends posting and giving, it makes you want to do it too.
Of course.
So that definitely shows that does have a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Right? It passes along.
Right. It's like positive peer pressure almost.
I love it.
Me too.
Yeah. So the article that I got that from, I'll definitely post that on our page.
Yeah, of course.
Our website?
Yeah, we can post it in the podcast description link as well as the website. And I agree with you. I think helping others is reciprocal. Again, even without the science, it's almost self-serving, as you mentioned in the last episode. But we know it reduces stress. But for me, it just seems like life gets easier and better when you're spending a lot of your extra time helping others. And we don't want to go negative, but something I think we should at least point out is that you really have to do your due diligence to make sure you're protecting yourself and make sure that your generosity is being applied. Because there's so many scams out there. And I know I'm a little bit of a research nut, and I'm that annoying person on Facebook that says, "Oh, that was a hoax."
Yeah.
But honestly,
it's a good thing to have someone like that.
Sometimes, yeah. But I think in the spirit of making sure that your charity and your donation is legit, there are some resources out there, and we'll post these links as well. But there's CharityWatch.org, www.CharityWatch.org. Mm-hmm. There's also www.CharityNavigator.org. They rate different charities and foundations on things like how big the charity itself is, the scope and the size of it, the reported revenue and expenses of them, and how much of your donation will actually go towards the cause and how much of it will go towards overhead. There's management information in there. Anyway, all kinds of performance metrics and stuff. But they also report on nonprofits that have been sort of exposed for abusing the system. And a lot of these reporting tools are focused on larger charity organizations. If you want to verify some of the smaller ones, you really just have to go to an event and see how they perform. And you kind of have to go with your gut sometimes, in the same way that you might go with your gut if you're going to give someone money on the corner.
Yeah.
So you can only do so much research. You have to go with your gut. But whenever that's an option, those are the websites to go to. among others, but those are the big ones. For me, though, I think some basic steps you can always follow to protect yourself, to make the right decisions is don't rush, don't feel pressured. You don't have to donate over the phone if you've ever gotten the call to donate money.
Yeah.
There's some pressure there usually. You can always go through the website. If someone calls you and says we're collecting money for whatever, you can go to the website and donate. You don't have to do it on the phone. And do not trust caller ID for this stuff, because some of the scammers have figured out how to use to mimic a number from an actual legitimate place. And definitely verify the name of the charity, because scammers have also used very similar names for sort of brand familiarity.
Yes.
And, do your research. I hate to sound like that.
Yeah. And I think it's important. I mean, you have a giving spirit. You want to make sure that that money is just being used for what you're giving it for.
For the people that need it. Yeah.
People aren't using others' suffering to, advance themselves in some way. So just be careful.
I agree. Yeah. There's another website out there. It's www.consumer.ftc.gov, and I will publish the full length of that on the podcast description as well. So anyway, just not to go negative, super positive, giving sort of spirit here, but just to make sure you protect yourself. And really, if you think about it, it's also protecting the people that you're trying to help. Because if it's just going to a scammer or overhead or to somebody's profit margin, then it's not really helping anyway.
That's right.
So anyway, as we wrap up another episode of It's All Fine and Dangy, I want to give a shout out to a place called Mimi's Community Theater in Montverde. Am I saying that right?
Montverde.
There's an E on the end. So anyway, Montverde. It is the coolest little place. The cast there is great. The vibe there, it's very intimate. It's nonprofit. And everyone is there because they love acting and they love theater. So we're planning to have Mimi herself and some of the cast on in the future. I believe the Mimi is her actual name is Lorraine. And anyway, I'm really excited about having them on at some point. But I highly encourage you to go check this place out. The vibe in there is just really cool. And I had gone there for a relative was taking part in it. So I went and saw the same play probably 4 times, and it was awesome every time. So
that's cool.
Anyway, I highly encourage you to go there and check it out. And more information on Mimi's Community Theaters coming up. Also, I'll be at a local Apopka book club signing this coming weekend at Garibaldi's in Apopka. So Amanda, if you're listening, I'm looking forward to meeting with your book club, discussing In the Dark, and signing copies on Saturday evening. If anyone's in the area and wants to drop by, I know some of the folks over at the Apopka Rants, Raves, Reviews, and News are going to drop by, but really looking forward to that event. And also in June, I'll be going to the Apopka Women's Club book club to do something similar. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. And since I mentioned the Apopka Rants, Raves, Reviews, and News, I wanted to do a shout out to them as well. There's lots of Facebook groups, but this one is easy to find because it's the only one with over 17,000 members. It's by far the largest and most relevant Facebook community group in Apopka. There's info in there about local businesses, schools, restaurants, things like local events, local news. There's even stuff in there like lost pets and such. It's a very active community. Please go check it out and go talk to our friends over at the, as they call it, the ARRRN. I always forget to put an R in there, but that's the Apopka Rants, Raves, Reviews, and News.
It reminds me of a pirate.
A pirate.
Arn.
Nice.
That's how I remember it. And I want to give a shout out to the King Grove Organic Farm, where we picked our fresh blueberries, not strawberries, if anybody watched the bloopers. You can check them out at www.kinggrove.com, and it's blueberry season through May. Yep. And then we have a coupon for a free pound of blueberries, and we will take all the calls and emails from this podcast, and we'll take them through the weekend.
Yep.
To give everybody time to listen and either call or email us. And you just need to tell us the name of the farm that I just mentioned.
That's right.
And then we will get you your free pound of blueberries. organic, picked right off the bush. Amazing.
And they're so good.
Yes. And then, of course, I wanted to shout out once again today's guest, Rhonda Santolin with Bags of Hope, Central
indeed.
Florida.
Yep, she was awesome. Awesome. She was awesome, and the foundation itself is great.
Yeah. So April 28th, we're going to be out in an event. And so if you listen and you live local, me and Dan would like to collect farmers market items for that event on the 28th. And I could pick those items up either the 26th or 27th, so they are fresh, because we like to provide, Rhonda likes to provide like a farmer's market atmosphere at this.
That's great.
Where people can actually pick up fresh fruits and veggies, because so many people do just give canned goods and box foods and stuff because it lasts longer.
Sure.
But anybody that's willing to donate, I will pick those up from you either the 26th or 27th, so that we can bring some fresh fruit and veggies there.
Excellent.
Or I thought books would be cool too, because she does like a little book stand area, adult books or kids books, lightly, gently used or brand new.
Great.
So that somebody else can, enjoy some books that maybe can't afford to pick them up themselves. So I thought that was cool.
Yep.
So
we'll definitely bring some.
Yeah,
some
just
books.
message us, get a hold of us. We can make arrangements for that. And if you want to make a monetary donation, you can do that at the Bags of Hope Central Florida website, of course. Give that directly to them, and the information will be on our website as well.
Yep.
And remember those numbers that you can call in to win your free blueberries or make donations or arrange for a pickup. You can call us 407-490-3899. Leave us a detailed message or email us at feedback@fineanddangy.com. Dangy is Danjee. We want to hear from you. Please let us know your thoughts, issues that you're having in the community that you need some help solving. We want to try to brainstorm how we can help. Any questions, suggestions, or something on the show that you just want to talk about. It can be fun. It can be serious, whatever you want. And we'll try to play your voicemail on the air if you'd like it to be, or address your topic on the air. So we really hope that you're enjoying our show as much as we are in doing it so far.
Yes, indeed.
And please help us out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing to us. That'll help keep us going.
Indeed. And social media for all of us is Fine and Dangy. That's Danjee. Basically all the social media out there, you can find us under that.
What can you do today to make a difference in somebody else's life? It can be the smallest thing. So just think of how you can reach out and have a helping hand and make a difference.
That's right. And as I say, if you're having a hard time, please know you're not alone. We've all got real struggles. It's great to talk about this stuff. If you don't have anybody to talk to about it, then give us a call or email, and we will definitely respond. There's really no value in suffering alone. We've all done it, and it's there's no reason for it.
Yeah. And of course, we want to remind you that at the end of the day, it's all fine and dangy.
No, we're both doing it. That's great. We never said it before, just the two of us like that.